So it's like surprising, like with everything that like unfolded, like, but like this is, I think this is when everything started, but I didn't realize what was going on until everything had happened, right? And then when I think back at it, I'm like, wait, was he cheating on me? Like, what? And I just didn't realize it. But like, it was it just be like in that moment, you know, I was not gonna make a scene, cause like for what? But him and his friend, like him and I were just talking, like there's no way that just happened. There's just no way. And yeah, like he literally just ignored me and walked a whole other girl to class. And apparently he had been walking her to class, and he continued to walk her to class. But that day, his friend got so upset that he told him something, and he was like, you know, that's really disrespectful. Like, you have a girlfriend, and you're walking another girl to class. You saw your girlfriend, and you completely ignored her. And they got into like an argument over it. And they like stopped talking for a little bit. But yeah, and then after that, you know, I told him, I was like, you know, like what the heck is like, what's going on? Like, why are you walking another girl to class? Blah 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 blah. And then there was this one time that I was on his phone, and I saw that she was on his phone and he was on her phone, and they were taking pictures of each other. And I'm like, what the heck is this about? Like, you guys are not in middle school to be switching each other's, like to be on each other's phone and taking pictures of each other. And this girl just kept taking pictures of herself, and I was like, what the heck? So basically, that was that one girl. I didn't like her, obviously, because of that. And he basically never stopped talking to her. Like, throughout the whole our senior year, he didn't stop talking to her. Excuse me. And so that was just that one girl. That was the girl that like that made me suspect of him. Maybe it wasn't nothing, but then when it was, where this is a whole different girl. 2 months into his job, they get a new hire. It's a girl. As soon as this girl gets hired, well, you know, he like not letting me know, but he's telling me like what's going on in his work. He's like, oh, we got a new person. It's a girl. This is her name. Blah 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 blah. And that's just normal, right? But then it seemed like every time he would get off of work and we would go on a phone call, he would talk about this girl, and I would be like, what the heck is his problem? Like, why is he talking to me so much about this girl? And he would be like, oh, she's into the cars I like, this and that. coworker and he has long hair, and it's currently it might be him. And I was like, wait, did it look like a guy? And they said no. So at that exact moment, I knew it was this girl. And I was like, there's no way. And I told my mom, like, I'm gonna get off the car right now, and I'm gonna go see what he's doing. And mom was like, no, let's order the food first, and then you could go. So we did the drive-through to Burger King, and then my mom parked, and I get off the car, and I'm like, my blood is like rushing, and I'm recording just in case. Like not recording. I'm just like an audio recording, you know. And I'm like, shoot, he's not in the car anymore, because you go like you couldn't see anybody in the car. But then out of nowhere, he turns the corner of his car, and I see him. Oh my god, guys! Oh my god! Now that I'm thinking about it, he was putting back his apron. What? Oh shit! And then I was like, who was that in the car with you? And he just looked at me, and I was like, who was that in the car with you? No response. And then that's when I started getting, and I was like, who was the fucking car with you? And then he says her name, and I'm like, wow. So I'm like, like I said, he had not texted me this whole day, and when I got to the drive-thru, he responds. After hours, he responds to me, and I find it really interesting. I was like, he probably saw my car, or my mom's car, and he might have thought, is that her? Checked my location and thought that it was actually me, and probably told this girl to get the heck out of the car. So I was like, oh, so you have even time to talk to her, to have this girl in your car, but you don't have time to text me. And I was like, what the flip were you guys doing in your car? And he was like, oh, we were just talking. You were just talking. If you were just talking, you could have stayed in the lobby and talked. I was like, what was the need for you to be in the car? And then he was like, oh, I was just talking to her, and I was just showing her like stuff I could get you for Christmas. I was showing her some rings I was thinking about buying you for Christmas. Excuse you, sir. What? Why do you have to be in a car with a female supposedly showing her rings that you're gonna buy me for Christmas? The math ain't mathin', sweetheart. I'm sorry, but the math ain't mathin'. And I was so upset, and he basically did not care. And he was like, I have to go back to work. And I was like, are you serious? You have to go back to work, and you're not gonna explain to me what the heck you were doing in the car? All you're gonna say is you were talking to her, you were showing her rings. I don't buy this at all. I am so pissed, because like I said, this was the girl that I was like, if he's gonna cheat on me, he's gonna cheat on me with this girl, not the girl from school, but this girl, because I'm telling you guys, like, I'm not gonna go into full detail, but there was like obviously more. But if he was gonna cheat, it was gonna be with this girl. And I was so upset, and I was gonna break up with him, honestly, because I just felt like that's such betrayal. There's no reason that a girl should be like a girl should be in your car. And that day, I also had to go to work later that day. I want to say I probably went in at like 3 or 4, and that probably happened like around 12:30 to 1. That whole time, he did not send me one message. The whole time I was at work, he did not send me one message. He texted me like when I was going to close, and closing time at this time, it was 10 o'clock. I was like, wow, if you really cared about me, and if you really cared about the relationship, you would have texted me. You would have been like, hey, this is what's going even if this video flops or it does good, I'm probably just still gonna make it. I might make it like right now. But if you're still watching till this video, if anything is making sense to you right now, and you're still here, thank you for watching. And you get a heads up for the next video that I ever make about this. Oh, or whenever I post it. Or should I say it? No, well, this boy did in fact end up cheating on me after 3 years of being, a little over 3 years of being together. I did find out he was cheating on me. Not with these two girls though. Not with these two girls with the story time. With a completely different other girl. And that would be something for a next video. One, because this is long, I probably make no sense. It probably seems like nothing. But it was something, because if you guys just knew every detail that went on, like you would be like, yes girl, he was cheating on you. Or maybe he wasn't cheating on me, but he definitely did not have feelings for me anymore at this point, but stayed with me. You guys might be wondering, why did he stay with you? Well, he stayed with me because he was using me. How was he using me? Because I made him food, I cooked for him, I would help him wash his clothes, my family gave him a place to live. My family was his family. His family did not like him. It's not that they did not like him, but his family, he was having lots of problems with his family. So my family was like his family, you know what I mean? If he was working, if he didn't have any lunch, I would be like, you know what? Come over, I'll make you some food. Come over to eat. I got you. I took care of this boy. Okay? I did a lot for this boy. Oh my god, I'm so sorry that was so loud. My family did a lot for this boy. He learned pretty much how to drive with us. My mom made a bank account for him. My stepfather gave him a place to live. You know what I mean? So, I think he was only with me because he might have felt like she's my safe place in a way. I don't know. Like, stability. I have no idea really. But like, I feel like I don't know what to call it, but he stayed with me because of those reasons. But yeah. Let me know. Do you guys think that's cheating? Do you guys think that's not cheating? Did you guys understand me in this video? Give me a second. Did I make any sense? Was I rambling too much? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll make another story time of how the whole breakup happened and how I found out he was cheating on me. I'll make a story about after the breakup, what he ended up doing